Good evening and welcome to Labatt Memorial Park on what ended up being a pretty all-right Friday as we get set for the home opener of the 2024 Majors campaign. I'm your host, Justin Koehler with MajorsTV, and we are incredibly excited to get this game going.
Fastball, very high. He's had trouble getting those pitches down, Justin.
Yeah, well above the zone right there. Almost considered an uncompetitive pitch where there's not even going to be any ounce of movement from these batters in there. Just needs to lock it in, get centralized a little bit more, almost trust your defense a bit more than he's doing. He's trying to be a little bit of a specialist, moving the pitches around quite a bit. And sometimes all you need to do is just throw strikes and count on your defense to get you some outs.
Now, Justin, not the first time these two teams have met this year in 2024.
No, yes, they did meet in an exhibition game prior to the season getting going. And, of course, the exhibition games leave kind of a lot up in the air with lineups changing, pitchers changing, teams kind of messing around. But the Majors did come ahead with the win 5-1. So we'll see if that kind of reflects in today's game as well. But in any case, it's going to be a really exciting game. These two top teams battling. It's going to make for some good baseball today.
Gentlemen, the last time these two teams actually faced each other was on August 19th of last year over in Welland. And funny enough, the Majors also came up with the win, 8-5. One of the biggest things in that game was the pitching with Pedro de los Santos getting the win and actually lasting 6 innings and striking out 8 in the contest. So kind of goes to show that even though the Jackfish came up with the win in the championship in 2023, London had one of the last laughs, beating them out in August.
It swung on hard by Berg, looking down back at his dugout. Disappointed after that hack.
Drops it right inside there, so I wouldn't be terribly shocked if Keys either went with something like a fastball up in the zone or something down in the zone as well. I wouldn't be shocked if he threw a curveball in here right next pitch.
So Koehler says we should look for a curveball. Keys, and he was going to get one that's going to drop in there, so nice call from you, Justin.
So I'm out here with Champ Garner. Champ did great today, went 2 for 5, 3 RBIs, and 2 doubles today as well in those ABs. Now, a lot before you ended up starting for the season, you really got touted for your contact hitting and your speed. How does it feel to really put some of that power on display today?
Oh, it felt real good because, that's what I really am, the gap hitter, But on this team, Roop's like, yeah, we need you for your speed and contact. So I was like, I'll do anything for the team.
The Kitchener Panthers, how are they looking today?
Pretty good so far. Like I said a bit earlier, it kind of feels a little bit different than it actually kind of statistically is so far, with the teams pretty close in terms of hits, pretty close in terms of score, but it's felt very different from a pitching perspective. And the Majors relying a lot on their infield defense as we've been going through the game, with a lot of routine plays over to short, second, third. So some great action so far at the very least, but it's felt like a good game in terms of where the Majors are sitting. And they clearly have a 1-0 lead to show for it. Nicholson sitting right now with a 176 average on the season. He's been walked twice, but he's also struck out twice. So he's looking for a little bit more consistency from the batting perspective. But walks, hits, he'll take a base however he can.
Looks like we are ready once again for Justin down at field level. Justin?
So let's talk a little bit about left fielder Starling Joseph, who actually hit the second of the back-to-back homers earlier in this game. Clearly, he has a lot of offensive potential. Last year, he had 304, had 10 homers, and actually hit the second most extra base hits across the league, and was actually named a second-team All-Star as well. But all of that being said, GM and co-owner Roop Chanderdad actually says that some of his favorite qualities about Starling are what comes off the field and his leadership capabilities. And he says he hopes that Starling's actually able to jump into that full leadership position going forward into this year. And Starling says that London has definitely become a second home for him, and as one of the fan favorites in the audience, can definitely tell from a fan perspective. And so let's send it back up to Noah and Dylan in the game day press box to continue with the rest of the game.
Well, that's exactly what his pitch repertoire really caters to, is changing up the timing, getting these batters to freeze, almost expecting certain pitches, not getting them. Freezing up like that, you can probably tell that he was looking for a bit more of a fastball, and when the ball came in at a bit of a different wonky angle, just froze him up, not what he was expecting, and that's exactly the mindset that you want these batters to be in. And defensively, they really have Starling set to pull here, with a lot of the infield shifted towards the left side. Shortstop nowhere close to the second base bag, hoping to just get that quick out of here to try and get out of it here in the bottom of the fourth.
That puts the Majors at a 6-1 record now. How is the morale inside the clubhouse being on the kind of streak that you guys are on?
Oh, the morale is good. We come out, we play every game hard. Every game's like a Game 7 in the World Series. You know what I mean?
Keys has looked exceptional, very similar to how he did in his last outing too, really just running through these batters, whereas the Majors already run through their order once, already back to the top of the lineup after that strikeout from Cruz, and it's just the biggest thing that you can see is the difference in overall command.